good. Just like, I'll kind of segue into letting you talk. Just like, so just,
Yeah,
we're just going to keep a good balance. Okay.
We're live.
Alrighty. We apologize for that delay. We do want to give you a brief update on what has happened so far. There was a kickoff by AJ Fitzstevens to Hamilton. They went 3 and out, kicked it off, or punted it away to the Lakota East team. And for an interception. That is a deep pass, incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
Flag. All
right, we do want to just catch you guys back up. We welcome you to this broadcast. This is Liam Martin, along with my analyst, Josh Rexhausen. I am currently covering for Beck Lucas, who is unfortunately sick. We wish him all the best and hope to see him back next week.
Yes.
It looks like it'll be a 1st and 10 for Hamilton.
Yeah. You've seen it's not a lot going on right now, but couple big plays. 3 and out by Hamilton. East going for a couple short yardage gains, run, incomplete pass, and then a tipped interception on 3rd down for Lakota East, giving Hamilton prime field position. They are in the red zone. They are scoring position. 1st and 10 at the Lakota East, about 12-yard line, that is.
Yes, there's the snap now, and that will be Andre Bailey running up the middle. It looks like he will get about 2 or 3 yards, making it 2nd and 6 officially for Hamilton.
Yeah, we're looking at a Hamilton offense with the number 2 rusher, and they've got some good receivers, and they have the 5th highest passing yards of any GMC team. Pretty well-rounded offense coming into this game against Lakota East.
And that will be Jaden McLean lining up in the backfield as the quarterback. And
flag
there's
on
a flag. We will wait on the call, and it is on Hamilton. So that will back them up.
That is a devastating call in the red zone. You cannot take a penalty. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 6, I guess, because now it is 2nd and 11 at the Lakota East round 13.
Yeah, and that's a crucial play there. When you're in the red zone, you want to make sure that you are not jumping.
And any penalties in the red zone, East or Hamilton, can really make this game a different score.
And that will be another snap from Jaden McLean. He will take off for the scramble, and he will be brought down.
Man.
Right at, it seems, the Lakota East 1-yard line for the 1st down.
You're going to have to imagine, 1st down at the 1-yard line, we're almost certainly seeing 2 straight runs at least. Hamilton, not a bad rushing offense. You have the 2nd highest rushing yard. I mean, you have the 2nd highest rushing yards in the GMC. You're just not going to sit here and drop back and pass when you have a runner here who can take it in.
All right, they are now lined up. They hand it off, and that will be a touchdown for Andre Bailey, the 2nd highest rusher in the GMC for the touchdown.
Yeah, you're going to see him a lot today. Man, he was I'll tell you what, last week he was not 2nd. He had a pretty good game last week, and you're going to see, other than Ryder, there's a lot of change in the rushing leaders. Passing, receiving, you aren't going to see as much change.
And that was number 88, Connor Stevens, for the extra point, putting Hamilton up 7-0 as they strike first. And I mean,
seeing this, man, it is having been able to get a 3 and out, you really got to expect that, man, going down 7-0, devastating. It can really put you in a bad mental area, and you got to get back on your feet, go down. I mean, even just getting points on the board, getting a field goal here would be getting a 3 and out, getting a field goal. That would be great.
Absolutely. You want to respond fast here, Josh. Gosh, what are we looking at, especially after this Mason game?
Listen, I won't say that it's been good, but you're going to see that Lakota East has been the #1 team in the GMC, most rushed on team. They have over 100 carries made on their defense. Now, that is going to result in the most yards by a good amount. I think it's about 130 sitting at it right now. Last in touchdowns allowed, not good. I think it's about 9 right now. We really cannot let these teams run on East, or, man, you're going to sit here and you're going to see that teams will get 2 or 3 good runs a game that score touchdowns, and the rest of them will be good short yardage runs that, man, resulting in first downs, draining the clock, not going to be good for East.
Alrighty, he kicks it off. Ref blows their whistle.
No flag.
It looks like Hamilton took a timeout there. We will stay with you through this
We're
timeout.
going to see a re-kick here.
And I'm not entirely sure what they disliked about that play. Maybe they just liked...
I think Lakota East might have given them a look they really didn't like. You gotta kind of question that. Using a timeout this early in the game, this early in the first half. I mean, we are about, 5 minutes almost through the first quarter. You cannot think that could come back to bite you, man. You get down in these, latter half of the half, second quarter, fourth quarter. Without those timeouts, you can miss big timeouts. You basically can't throw down the middle of the field when you let a team take away your timeouts.
Absolutely. Alrighty, we see Carter Jones, the junior, and Ryder Hooks lined up in the backfield as we are about to get a re-kick from Hamilton. They kick it off, and Carter Jones will be the one to catch it. He's maybe has a pocket. He does have a pocket, and he is moving upfield. He is brought down at the Lakota East 44-yard line for a first down, and Niall Knutson, now he needs to get a redo on this touchdown, on this drive.
That is going to be the #1 focus, getting Niall up and going. He leading the GMC in passing yards by almost 150 yards. You cannot take the ball out of this offense's hands. #1 rusher, #1 passer. You have to expect them to do whatever they can to score.
And it looks like Hooks will make a motion out to an empty backfield. Knutson with the snap. Almost deflected, but Ryder Hooks does catch it, and he will gain about 3 to 4 yards for a 2nd and 6.
You're going to see these screenplays a lot. They work really well. John Kidna calls screenplays almost, probably the most in the GMC, I would be willing to say, is without a doubt. And they work well.
All right, we now see Knutson snaps. He tosses it over to Ryder Hooks. He has a window. He is moving downfield, and he will be pushed out of bounds by #9, Lyndon Hamid, and #13, that was Elijah Jones.
Landon Hamid with the interception earlier, saving a touchdown. Now, not a good play for Hamilton, but you got to have some good takeaways. They stopped the touchdown. Now, you're going to see East coming in here. They're running very no-huddle offense, very fast offense here, trying to catch Hamilton off guard.
After you bring it down to the 30-yard line, you have to. Hooks will push forward. I don't know how much gain he got there. It appears he has no gain on the play, making it another 2nd and 3.
Yeah, looks like Lakota East at the Hamilton 4 right there. With second down, I think you gotta have a play action or something. You cannot just pass here. Do not drop back and pass.
Knutson does exactly that. He drops back to pass, and McFarland out of bounds. Couldn't pull in the catch, but also the ball did sail out of bounds.
The Hamilton defense not puzzled by that. Really, honestly, it's worked really well for them. Sorry, we're going to have
They now will line up from the Hamilton 2-yard line on 3rd and 2.
These play action passes are really going to work well for Lakota East.
They hand it off to Ryder Hooks. He is met by a wall of Hamilton defenders, and that will make it 4th down and 4 from the Hamilton 4-yard line, and they will bring out A.J. Fitzstevens and this Lakota East kicking team. And Fitzstevens,
Lakota East lining up to kick.
We have Fitzstevens, one of the top kickers here. It is up, and it is good. The Hawks will now have a field goal on the board, making it a 7-3 Hamilton lead. Alrighty. And now that will mean that Fitzstevens will have to go back out there and kick it off to a Hamilton team that seems to have figured out that run game against this Lakota East defense, just as Mason did in the last game. What key takeaways can we get to see how this defense will adapt?
I really think the defense, you're going to have to sell out to stop the run. If teams know you're vulnerable to the run, last in yards, last in touchdowns allowed, why are you not going to run on them? I mean, you have to sell out to stop the run. Force them to pass, force them into your strong part of the defense, and I think you can look at really a close game if that happens. But really, if you do not stop this really, truly bad run of running games in terms of defense for Lakota East, there will be absolutely no chance of them, going on long win streaks. You just cannot let teams run on you like that.
There's a motion on the kick play. It appears that Lakota East might try a trick. To be honest, I'm confused about what this play is looking like. It looks like they pulled a player off the field in exchange for Simeon Ray, the defensive back, to move him on the...
All of the East players lined up on the sidelines. It's very interesting.
All right, here we go. The kick from A.J. Fitzstevens. That is a deep boot, and it will be returned by number 13, Elijah Jones. He has a window up the middle, and he is not brought down until that Hamilton 29-yard line.
You've got to think that was a planned thing. You draw that play up, you start working on it in practices.
Alrighty. So the clock does actively look like 5:19. There's 5:19 on the clock.
Yeah.
Here in the first quarter, we apologize for the clock issues.
Yeah.
At the moment. We hope to get it working by the next quarter.
Hamilton coming out there. 1 yard. 1 yard behind the 30.
And that will be a run for Andre Bailey. He will get about 7 yards on that run. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for Hamilton.
You're going to see him mark down there. If you cannot stop this run, if you're East, you will have a very difficult time. You're going to be drowning. You're going to be reaching for straws, trying to figure out how to score. Because here's the thing. You let a team rush on you, they're going to get first downs, and they are going to drain your defense. This is a problem.
4:45 now on the clock. And that will be a snap. Andre Bailey right up the middle again. And he should have first down on that one. He does. 1st and 10 from the Hamilton. It looks like 40-yard line.
What a burst from Bailey. I really do think you're going to see Ryder Hooks, Andrew Bailey, top 2 backs in the GMC. Andre Bailey really, he really just making multiple jump cuts to get through that line. I think those are the only 2 running backs that can make those kinds of plays. The Lakota East had stacked up the line on that last one, still getting 4 yards.
All right, another handoff to Andre Bailey. and it looks like the wall will come in quite late. Until he doesn't even get down until he reaches the defensive backs, and it's going to be a 2nd and 5 for Hamilton.
And really watching this Hamilton offense, really going at it quick, no huddle, calling plays. You're just going to see a run until Lakota East shows they can stop it.
And Jaden McLean drops back. Andre Bailey standing right next to him. Now he has a motion for one of his wide receivers. He hands it off. No, he hangs on to it, and he is brought down for the sack. It will now be a 3rd and 8 for Hamilton.
Refs marked him down at about Hamilton 44. Going to make that around 3rd and 7. And, man, stopping that run, Hamilton has to ask themselves, do we trust our run game? Was that a fluke? Or are we going to try and pass now that we might be stopped on the run game?
Oh, yeah. Lakota East certainly was not fooled on that last play. A motion, and he will hang on to the ball, and it is complete. And he is still going downfield. Number 4, Jordan Bryant, with a huge gain for Hamilton, giving them the first down.
You saw Marco Pastor there jump up. Almost, I think he got a hand on that. I mean, he's really trying to get that interception. Problem with that, man, you're baiting these guys into passes. If you don't get that interception, if you let them complete that pass, they are going to gash your defense. They are going to get yardage, and you are not going to be able to stop it.
Another motion, a very motion-heavy offense. They hand it off to Andre Bailey yet again. He will get about 4 yards, taken down on that play by Cole Miranda, the senior. Actually, no, it's only a 2-yard gain.
I think he slipped there. I think that's going to – I think that's a little bit of what the Lakota East defense needed. I think any slip-ups, literal or any otherwise, Hamilton missing a play, getting, down behind the sticks, you need to make them pass the ball. Your pass defense is the best in the GMC. Make them pass the ball.
Absolutely. Another motion there. Snap, he fakes the handoff, passes deep, downfield, incomplete. He tried to hit Elijah Jones on that pass. And
through his hands.
Absolutely, that was insane. The clock's now stopped at 1:54.
That was a great attempt. Elijah Jones almost catching that, breaking past defenders, a little bit too far overthrown, but you're going to see at 3rd and 9, you cannot run the ball. It can be effective, but at 3rd and 9 at midfield, you can't run the ball, no matter how bad your opponent's defense is. I would be surprised to see a run here.
3rd and 9 now here for Hamilton. The ball is snapped. Pressure, P.J. McFarland running right in there, and he is caught up. Jaden McClellan moving to try to keep the play alive, and incomplete. That was number 29, Christopher Leverett, the junior, on the block, and it'll be 4th and 9 now at midfield, and we now have to see what's going to be the call here from Hamilton.
They're sending out the punt team. Punt team coming out.
Well, this is that 50-50 spot,
That is what the Lakota East defense really needed there.
Yes.
Getting a stop, forcing a punt. I mean, you can take the lead here with the Lakota East offense getting the ball back. You really, really changed the dynamic of this game with that play.
Alrighty.
Oh!
Connor Stevens.
Fake interception.
Oh, wow. What a play. And he breaks free. More room downfield for number 3, Braxton Thurman. And he is down right at the 50-yard line.
There was a flag down, but I think that's going to be
turnover flag.
Yeah, I think there's not going to be any. I don't think there's any real reason why you call that there. That is not a good decision. Hamilton calling a fake. 4th and 9. hold.
They just called a penalty, a 10-yard penalty on the Lakota East defense, which will keep them out there.
Man,
You said holding?
I think he said holding. That's
is
holding.
Holding on a punt?
Yep, holding
All
on the
right.
punt.
Okay, so
Wow.
it looks like
You cannot do that.
it looks like
You
it
gotta
was.
let them get.
Yes.
You gotta let them get off the line. Those attackers coming down the field.
Oh.
You just because you do want to stop that return man, but
Yeah,
man,
it's like it was before the reception too,
yeah,
which means Hamilton will maintain control of the ball.
big change. Changes a lot of things going on for the Lakota East defense. 1st and 10 for Hamilton.
Jaden McLean drops back once again. Little motion before the snap. He hands it off to Andre Bailey, and he is met right away by multiple blockers. Ryder Hooks out there on defense even, and that will be a 4-yard gain for the Hamilton Big Blue. 2nd and 6.
You'd have to imagine a couple really good runs early. Recently, though, running by Hamilton, still good yardage. Not what you might have been expecting based on that last game. 300 yards rushed on. Abysmal performance in the run defense last week. Apologies.
He hands it off to, no, it's a fake. He actually kept it and passed it off to Elijah Jones, and that is going to be a 1st and goal.
You're going to see a lot of RPOs from that Hamilton offense. Playing a team with bad run defense, they have to commit to stop it. If they show any signs of running, you're going to catch a couple DBs flat-footed. You're going to catch them flat-footed in coverage. You're going to get a couple short receptions. You need to be able to stop that if you're Lakota East.
And this defense may be phased now as we head down to 20 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. Hands off to Andre Bailey, and he is met right away by some defenders. And it'll be 2nd down and only a 1-yard gain.
I think you're going to see this close to the goal line. I don't think Hamilton feels bad running it. I don't.
Absolutely.
Up 4, kicking a field goal, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Absolutely.
Running it 4 times.
Alrighty, the Hamilton Big Blue are up 7-3 here at the end of the 1st quarter. We will be right back in just one moment. All right, welcome back to the stream. Switching sides now, of course, as we have just taken a break from the quarter. 2nd down and 4 from the Lakota East 4-yard line for Hamilton.
4th and goal, you're going to see Hamilton probably running the ball. 2nd down. 2nd down, motion.
And that is snapped. Jaden McLean, he scrambles, and he will be met with a wall of Lakota East defenders, and it is going to be 3rd down and about a 2-yard gain on the play.
You're going to see a lot of that keeping on quarterback runs. It'll always throw off the defense. You cannot let a running back get one defender less to have to, get around, shift around, break through, run over. But at the same time, you cannot let that quarterback get out there. All these quarterbacks now, dangerous on the ground. Every single one of them.
A big game-defining play here. It is passed by Jaden McLean, thrown out of bounds. The intended receiver was Elijah Jones, and we did have a couple East defenders out there on the coverage, and it will now be 4th down. It looks like they are running on the kicking team.
Braxton Thurman, couple great plays. Interception got called back. Tried to break up that pass to force that, it was a fake punt, but really stopping touchdowns now. You've gotta see what this guy can do.
All right, Connor Stevens now for the kick. It is up and no good. It is no good.
Lakota East gonna have the ball at around their own 6.
Yes, they will have it at the 4. Oh. Okay, so the chain gain has moved. I am not entirely sure where they are spotting this. I would assume it is at the 4-yard line. But what a big-time play there. It will help.
Be at, well, now the ref's seeming to, no, bringing it out to the 20.
All right. What works, I guess. But now we will see Niall Knutson back out here, ready to try to bring this offense into a lead. He steps back, motions for Ryder Hooks. Empty backfield now. Some pressure coming. He steps up, passes to P.J. McFarland, and McFarland will get the 1st down on the pass.
You're going to see a lot of passing. This pass offense almost come out of, I would say most GMC teams probably aren't expecting Lakota East to lead the league, lead the GMC in passing and rushing. This is a scary offense to go up against.
Absolutely. Oh, whistle's blown.
Seems like a timeout called.
It appears a timeout has been called.
Is this one coming from Mason again?
Might have been a spotting issue. I think it was a referee timeout there. They moved the ball up one extra yard.
Starting the clock again. Yeah.
All right, empty backfield now. Knutson ready to make this pass. Steps back, passes it off to number 18. That will be Chris Boyer, and he should get 9 yards, if not the 1st down.
That is going to be really close.
It will be a 2nd and 1 for this Lakota East offense.
You're going to have to think here, as a Hamilton defense, what are you more afraid of? Ryder Hooks or a pass where you're up ahead of the 6?
Ryder Hooks with the handoff. He bounces outside, gets a couple extra yards, and he will be down at the Lakota East 48-yard line for a 1st down. And absolutely, as you were mentioning earlier, this pass offense has been incredible. I think with the departure of JT Kitna, a lot of these teams weren't expecting East to kind of go off like this. They were kind of doubting Niall Knutson, and he's proving them all wrong.
Yeah.
Another handoff to Hooks.
Going to get about 3.
Yes, about 3-yard gain for Hooks.
This Lakota East offense really turning it on right now. I mean, you are seeing a change, a sort of vibe change. Teams looking a little, heavy out there, a little slow.
Knutson passes it off to Chris Boyer, and he will get the 1st down and more on that play. He is down at the Hamilton, roughly at about the 25-yard line.
Ref's going to spot it. Yeah, 25-yard line, 24 maybe. We're definitely going to see some more runs come here in the red zone.
And another whistle blown.
It's going to look like a false start.
Yes, a flag on the play, a false start. And that'll make it 1st and 15 instead for the Thunderhawks, and that is minorly devastating, to be honest.
Yeah. 1st and 15, not going to be a good feeling when you thought you're in the red zone.
And it is handed off to Ryder Hooks. He will get maybe 5 yards on that.
Yeah, bringing it back up. Now you're just sort of down to 2nd down. You're kind of you're gonna be expecting a pass here. I think it's no backs in the backfield, empty.
Knutson feeling the pressure. He escapes the pocket, dumps it off to number 5. That is Carter Jones, and he will get close to a 1st down. It looks like a 3rd and 3 for the Thunderhawks.
You're going to see some scrambling, some broken sacks. Broken sack there, scrambles away, dumps it off. Listen, that doesn't happen when the defender isn't shading towards Niall Knuts. What a great play.
Another no-huddle empty backfield. We have seen this a lot on this drive. Knutson now signals to the sideline to try to get the perfect play call.
Changes at the line of scrimmage.
All right, he falls back now. And that is dumped off to Carter Jones. He will not get the 1st down. He is down for a 4th down and about... He may not have caught that,
half
honestly.
yard of a loss, I think, is what that's being spotted as. I think you're going to see the offense stay out there. You're going to see aggressive play calling.
I like this from John Kitna, the head coach. They want to make sure they have the best possible chance here. He dumps it off to P.J. McFarland. He is fighting for it. Let's see where they spot this one.
That's a clear 1st down.
And that is absolutely a 1st down.
Yeah.
Just a great fight from P.J. McFarland.
This is what is going to make the game different. It is a different feeling when you're being pummeled and you feel like you have no chance against this Lakota East offense. It is absolutely demoralizing for the Hamilton defense.
Another quick lineup and a handoff. Just kidding. It was a pass to P.J. McFarland. He's still fighting for it, and he will break free. And so instead of no gain, it will only be it'll be about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
I mean, fooling me and Liam up here in the booth, that is honestly that is a great play. And PJ makes it even better, breaking tackles, bringing it out past. Looks like we have an injury.
Yes.
Hamilton injury.
We do have an injured player on the field. We will cut away for just 1 second. We will be right back.
Coming back here, that is Jordan Bryant injured on the play.
He was able to walk off the field, which is wonderful.
Yes, good thing. You might see him later in the game, but he is clapped off the field. I think they're going to take a look at him. This is a big loss. He is a DB and wide receiver. Lakota East, no huddle.
Oh, dumps it off. That is to Ryder Hooks. He will run up the field, still beating out blockers, and he will be pushed out of bounds within the 10. And that is huge for Lakota East there. Another great play from Ryder Hooks.
Lakota East getting very lucky in this game. An injury, number 5 receiving yards in the GMC. Jordan Bryant out of the game. Hamilton hopes to see him back out here in the second half.
Another empty backfield for Niall Knutson. He dumps it off to That was 2. Carter Jones for the touchdown. And Lakota East will take a 2-point lead, 3 if they make the extra point.
You're going to see Carter Jones untouched into the end zone. That is one of those iconic screens we are seeing being called on this Lakota East offense. Very effective, show no signs of stopping. You're not going to stop when you know you've been absolutely gashing this defense. The only thing really, the only reason why we're, even really this close right now is an interception, which truly it did change the dynamic of the game. But you're seeing East trying to get back, trying to take the driver's seat in this game.
Absolutely. Fitzstevens, the kick is good, which makes it a 3-point lead for the Thunderhawks. That kick from earlier in the game now looking much better. And now we will see how this defense responds. We have seen some more, some tough run defense just like last week, but they are starting to tighten up, slow down the run defense. Hopefully we will see them make some good stops.
I mean, you're looking at really sort of this adjustment on the defense that sort of really it makes it a different ball game. When you have to run sparsely, sort of pass and run on the East defense, and you have to know when, really. It's all about catching the defense where you don't want to be. And Lakota East so far, they have caught the Hamilton where they don't want to be. East shoring up here, getting a little bit better over time.
And this will be Tyler Gruber, I believe, for the kickoff. The senior kicker, Tyler Gruber. In the backfield for Hamilton is Andre Bailey and Elijah Jones. And let's see how this East defense will respond. The kick is up, a very short kick. And that is received by number 30 for Hamilton, Chase Moick. And now
fair catch at the 38. You got to wonder, is that really a design play? Because Hamilton, maybe not even noticing, fair catch there. If they don't get that, Lakota East can get the ball. Gone more than 10 yards down the field. You're going to see Tyler Gruber really more of a utility kicker, sort of a placement man more than the every down, extra point, long yardage field goals.
And Jaden McClain hands it off to Andre Bailey. A short gain there. It'll be 2nd and 7 just about for Hamilton.
A little bit more than 2 yards there. Good run. I mean, you really do think that's a good run. But against this Lakota East defense, you're expecting more.
They line up again. The snap to Jaden McClain. He takes a look around, hands it off to Andre Bailey yet again, and he's found a window. He is streaking downfield. There is no defenders nearby, and he will run in for an uncontested touchdown. Hamilton takes the lead right back. And that is just unfortunate. We knew how this run defense was looking like, but they had no plays like that against Mason last week.
You are going to see that is one of the biggest plays all year against this defense. This defense, it might let up a lot of yards through on the ground, not a lot through the air, but what's consistent through this defense, not a lot of big yardage plays. Something they've been very good at this year.
Connor Stevens kicks it up and kicks it good. Hamilton will take a 14-10 lead over the Hawks, and that quick turnaround, is that a point of concern for this Lakota East defense?
You've got to imagine it is. If you don't go back, drive down the field, and at least get a field goal, you are looking at getting further and further behind, getting, sort of piled on. Once you're down too much in, at the half, East is going to get the ball at the half. They're not, I don't think they're very concerned with being down, a touchdown. But if Lakota East were to go 3 and out, punt the ball, Hamilton scores, it can be dangerous. It can be very dangerous when it's more than two possession games. If you can have a two-possession lead against Lakota East with that run defense and being able to surprise them with passing, it can get very scary. They really, really need to take the lead here on this drive.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw last week Mason went up 2 possessions, and then that was that, despite Lakota East's offense being on fire. 35 points scored, but compared to Mason's 40, as you can assume, that is a loss. And now Connor Stevens once again back to kick it off. This time it is to Carter Jones and Ryder Hooks, both in the backfield. Kick is up. And that'll be Ryder Hooks receiving it. Running right up the middle. There are some defenders right there, but he cuts to the outside, sheds some blockers, and he will go out at the Lakota East 40, no, that is the 34-yard line. And that is where this offense will start the drive.
You're going to feel really good after that. You can almost go get a first down, and then go 3 and out, and it doesn't feel nearly as bad as if maybe you only, they kick it out the back of the end zone, 20 brings it out to the 25. You get a first down, 3 and out. You're feeling way worse, where your field position might look truly impossible.
After the interception, this offense has been looking a lot better. Ryder Hooks pushes into a wall of big blue defenders, and it will be no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Man, Hamilton and East are both sort of doing the same thing at the same time. Defenses realizing if we sell out to stop the run, we just got to get lucky 1 or 2 times through the air to win this game. And Lakota East, I think, is going to realize that as soon as they, start getting these 3 and outs more consistently on run plays.
Knutson passes it off to Carter Jones. He breaks some tackles and is able to make it up. And it is called a first down for the Lakota East offense.
You're going to see that a lot. Trying to get Carter Jones the ball, trying to get him open field, open space, run with the ball. He can break some tackles. He also has some of the fastest legs on this Lakota East offense.
Knutson hands it off to Ryder Hooks, tries to break past a couple defenders. I don't think he got any gain. He did. He got a 1-yard gain on that play.
And like I said earlier, Ryder Hooks, Andre Bailey, 2 best backs in the GMC. You're going to see those guys can make gains out of losses and make touchdowns out of gains. They really turn this offense around when you're going to be able to rely on getting good yardage.
Knutson with an empty backfield, feeling some pressure, tries to move around, but he is brought down. That is number 94, Eckley Bridges, and that will be a huge loss. 3rd and now 15 for this offense. And they line up quickly. Wow. They're just trying to get something off here.
Yeah.
Another empty backfield.
Drawing a bad look here from the defense might be the best option. You're going to see that's the first sack of the game. Pretty devastating one, too.
And Knutson drops back. He's able to get it to P.J. McFarland for the first down and more. Shedding tacklers as he goes. And he's finally brought down around the Hamilton 35-yard line. 25, I mean.
You're going to see great throw. That is an amazing throw in the pocket. You're gonna have to imagine that was zone coverage, hitting the soft spot. But afterwards, P.J. McFarland, even better run than the throw.
Knutson moving around after the snap, and he is going to be brought down exclusively by number 33, Mason Holbrook. He is 6'4", 275 pounds, and he got right through that line.
You're going to have to imagine, after two sacks on offense in the last 3 plays, 2nd and 15, you're going to have to imagine some more heavy sets coming out here maybe.
And a bit more, they're moving some receivers around, trying to make a big play out of it. Whistle is blown. A timeout for Hamilton.
I have to imagine, yeah. Hamilton, with 1 timeout left here, it might be worrying. if Lakota East can run down this clock, get a last-minute score, leave very little time on the clock, Hamilton only having one timeout really going to limit any chance of getting another score before the half.
They're probably talking it over. How are they going to stifle this offense? I mean, P.J. McFarland just using his size to his advantage, pushing through all of those defenders. Ryder Hook's always a threat. Now Knutson with quite the arm. They're always seeming to find someone. What are we going to see from Hamilton to try to stop them on this drive?
I mean, you're not going to see much more difficult conversions than 3rd and 15. But if the Lakota East offense is making conversions on 3rd and 15, this Hamilton defense is going to get very antsy in coverage. They're going to make mistakes when they feel, listen, we can't do anything. It's 3rd and 15 and we can't get a stop. How are we supposed to hold up against the #1 rushing and passing offense?
Knutson lined up with Hooks right next to him. He drops back, dumps it off to #1, Jaden Say. Only about a 1-yard gain, if anything. It will be 3rd down, and it looks like it'll be 3rd down and 14 officially.
Yeah. You're going to see Lakota East in the huddle right now. You can probably imagine PJ, Carter looking to get the ball, pass almost assuredly. Might see a screen here. We know Kitna loves screens.
He steps back. Pressure coming. He runs out, buys some time, and he's going to scramble, and that will not be a 1st down. Only a gain of about 5 or 6 yards on that play, and that is a huge, crucial 4th down. And they will keep the offense out there. And once again, an empty backfield. It's 4th and 7.
You're going to have to imagine this is going to be a deep pass.
Oh, they
looking like maybe drawing Hamilton offsides. Don't know what the flag's for.
It looks like Hamilton called their last timeout right before that flag could have been thrown. I mean, we did see the defensive lineman jump off sides.
This Hamilton defense very antsy, able to be easily. I mean, Lakota East not faltering. They have made 1 penalty throughout the game. Did cost them quite a lot, but I mean, you've got to imagine Hamilton does not feel good. No timeouts. 1 minute, 56 seconds left. If Lakota East still goes for this, you have to be worried if you are a Hamilton defender. What are you going to do if you are down at the half and Lakota East gets the ball back? Really not a lot you can be thinking about doing when you feel like, listen, we can't stop them. Running, passing, there's nothing we have done all game that has truly made a huge difference. The only thing I really see, if they can start sacking now Knutson more, that's going to be a problem for Lakota East.
All right. Knutson drops back, steps up into the pocket, and that is complete to Chris Boyer, and he will get Lakota East within the 5-yard line.
This is going to be some very good clock management by Lakota East. Getting the 1st down, you can run the clock out. You know, if we run 3 straight runs, worst case scenario, we're down 1 at the half, getting the ball back, and they have no chance of scoring. With like I said earlier, those timeouts crucial here with such little time left in the half.
You would think they would want to run this clock down as much as they can, make sure Hamilton doesn't have much of a chance to respond here in this half so that they can double up on the scores coming into the 2nd. Knutson hands it off to Ryder Hooks. He will cut up, and he is down at the 1-yard line. 2nd and 1 now for the Hawks.
Got to imagine, without a close-up, hard to tell. You know, these football players now, they're getting smarter. They're knowing what is truly good, not necessarily run downfield, score touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryder has the football IQ, the football knowledge, the really, honestly, tendencies you want from a leader to say, I'm going down here. I know we're going to get it. It's second down now. I mean, you'd have to imagine second down, 34 seconds left, clock ticking.
Knutson hands it off to Ryder, hooks again, and he will just push his way in for a touchdown. And with 28 seconds left, the Hawks have the lead. And there's that leading rusher for the Hawks yet again.
Pending the extra point, up 3 with 28 seconds left. No timeouts for Hamilton. Lakota East has to take away the sidelines. Do not let them pass, get short yardage, get out of bounds, because there's no way without single high yardage plays down the middle of the field that Hamilton is going to get this all back.
Kick is good. Lakota East will get the extra point and go up 3 with only 28 seconds on the clock. How are we going to see this defense respond, keep Hamilton out off of the scoreboard in these next 28 seconds?
I think you're probably going to see at the most you're seeing 4 rushers. I think there's definitely going to be some plays where you see 3 rushers. You're going to have a good amount of DBs on the field, but truly something people don't realize, linebackers can be so important in coverage and against the run. Because Hamilton might think, hey, they're not expecting us to run, we'll run outside. If Lakota East has sort of the play calling intuition and says, well, we're going to put linebackers out there. We want them to, we know they're going to work well in coverage, and we know they're going to be able to tackle if you try and run. We are not letting you get short yardage, getting out. We want you to throw on our pass defense, which has been so great over these last 3 weeks.
And once again, Lakota East is running out placement kicker Tyler Gruber. They're probably trying to keep them close to try to, make them think that they have a better chance, maybe get a little cocky on some of the play calls considering how close downfield they might be. Kick is up, and that is kicked way back. That is once again to number 30, Chase Moak. And we are now seeing Hamilton 1st and 10, 28 seconds.
Own 24, no timeouts, fair catch called for. I don't really think it can be understated. Not returning that. That is a crucial thing. Returning that is a great idea because it stops the clock. You are not getting another chance to stop the clock without going out of bounds for this Hamilton offense.
But at the same time, we definitely would think Hamilton wants to score, knowing East gets the ball at the half.
You're going to see a run.
And once again, Andre Bailey, a huge run. That clock will be stopped until they spot the ball. But Hamilton will have to make a huge, huge play. They're going to need a little more than just some run plays. Cole Miranda was the tackler there. Not going to spike the ball.
You're going to see no huddle. 14.
And
running again.
They hand it off to Andre Bailey, and now I start to wonder, are they just letting this clock run out? It would seem more than likely.
I think Hamilton's playing this safe. I think they're going to go into the locker room. They're going to the locker room. They're saying, we're down 3. We've stopped this offense. We've stopped this offense. We just need to do it again.
Absolutely. Confidence in their defense as we head to halftime. Lakota East up 17 to 14. We will be back in 20 minutes. Alrighty, welcome back here. We are just getting ready now for the second half as the two teams are warming up. And we do want to talk a quick moment about that first half. A pretty decent offensive showcase for both teams here.
Yeah, Liam, you're going to see a lot of this game is falling on the offenses. Lakota East, passing, very important. Running, they're good at it. Listen, whether or not they're going to run the ball a lot because of, being behind and ahead sort of determines that, they're going to be good at both. But I do think, based on what we've seen in the first half, based on sort of a lot of this PJ Nile passes, really good, down the field, and then Carter Jones after the catch, passing is probably going to be Lakota East's best weapon. And Hamilton, they're going to run the ball. I think there was a point where Lakota East felt they were stopping the run, but I think Hamilton is trying to get it set up again, trying to have their game plan fall back into a positive sort of working, well-oiled offense like they intended. They don't look like they're passing out there. They don't look like they want to. They don't look like they're intending to do well passing the ball. They are a running team. They came into this game, they said East's bad at defending against the run. We're going to run. They have the number 2 rusher. It's not worked. And I do think that at the end, passing a little bit more, I think they're hoping Lakota East will prepare against the pass and that they will gash the D-line and the linebackers, all the guys in the box, gash it, run up the field, get some points early, force 3 and outs, and win this game. And, I mean, Liam, what do you think East really, based on what you've seen on these sort of plays, how has the impact of the trenches really played a role?
I mean, we've seen these defenders stop the senior Ryder Hooks many times. He has been a significant factor for this Lakota East offense in past years, and yet he's just been getting stifled up. It's as if Hamilton knows where he's running, when he's going to do it. And so that has left the ball in the hands of sophomore quarterback Niall Knutson more times than not. And he has been able to find plenty of guys open, and then those guys are able to shed some blockers, beat some tackles, and get downfield. So I think this offense is going to want to look at the passing game and make sure that Knutson's able to mobilize within the pocket, considering the fact that he has been sacked 2 times already, and that pocket has collapsed more times than not.
I don't think you can really let up too many more sacks. I think really 2 sacks a half right there. And many more than that, and you are working your way into multiple 3 and outs, D-line really causing a lot of issues. But one thing that should be made clear, Lakota East's O-line playing pretty well. They're at least giving Niall options to run even when the pocket collapses. Hamilton, they really do look like a running line. They get downfield. They pick up extra defenders. But in the passing game, they're very often, when they try and drop back pass, forced to throw the ball very fast. Drop back, pass immediately. First read, right? That has really hindered the passing offense for Hamilton.
Absolutely. And now Hamilton is lining up to kick it away to start this second half. Once again, Connor Stevens out there, the kicker for Hamilton. And the student section here at East getting loud as it's kicked away. And that is received. He is getting upfield. Got a couple blockers, so he was able to get some extra yards. And he will be down near midfield. And that will leave Niall Knutson and this East offense in a great spot to start this drive.
Yeah, you're going to see, I mean, East has pretty good return man. They have really been good. Good speed, good athleticism, good down the field, good fundamentals. Not much to not like about this Lakota East offense.
Hand it off to Ryder Hooks, and he will get upfield. He is down the line, and he is gone on the first play of the half. The Hawks have a touchdown with Ryder Hooks, and they are now up 10 points, assuming that the extra point is made.
Yeah. Following the extra point, we will see exactly what I was talking about in the first half. At the end, Hamilton called their 3 timeouts. I think all 3 defensively. I'm pretty sure we did not see a single offensive timeout by Hamilton. Obviously, very bad. Hurt their chances of scoring at the end. If they had 3 timeouts there, they might have scored there. They had a good run or two. Maybe they score. Maybe now they're not down 2 scores. And the kick is good, of course.
Kick is good. 10-point lead now for the Hawks. And that was a big-time touchdown there. Ryder Hooks just broke past all those defenders, got to the sideline, and by that point, he was gone.
Listen, the Lakota East offense is really good at a couple things. Setting up screens, getting blockers downfield, setting up one-on-ones. Ryder Hooks, one-on-one against a defender. There's almost no chance he's not getting at least the first down. And on that play, you saw, of course, a touchdown. Very difficult. I don't know how this Hamilton offense is going to try and get the ball downfield, get yards. Because, listen, if you pass, you run that risk of interceptions. If you throw an interception, I mean, it's a little early, but if they're passing for this quarter and it's working well, that might not be a good thing because a single interception late in the game can ice the game. I do think Hamilton will want to run the ball here.
Absolutely. We now have touchdowns from the GMC's leading passer and rusher, Tyler Gruber, out to kick it away. And that is up. It will be kicked out of bounds.
It's going to be brought out to the 45-yard line.
Yes. As we all know, a kickoff out of bounds is a flag. And that does mean Hamilton will get a couple extra yards here.
45, excuse me. Not well-versed in the GMC-specific rulings on out-of-bounds kickoffs. I do think that's a good idea then. 35, I mean, that's 10 yards more. But really, he did not like that. If they get it barely in bounds, you're looking at that sort of potential for a big play changing possession.
And the snap is sent to Jaden McClellan, who hands it off to Andre Bailey, and he is able to push up for it appears to be 2nd and inches from the first down.
Very close, very close. I think they're going to mark it, yeah. No?
Seems to be some confusion on the chain gain. Let's see what the official ruling. It's a first down.
Spot is a first down. Which, as Hamilton, as a running team, you might not like that.
Andre Bailey, another breakthrough, and he is met by number 9, Beckett Bush, the junior, and that will only be a gain of about 3 yards.
Cole Miranda there afterwards trying to help. Listen, one thing is certain. Lakota East's pass defense is one of the best they've had in years past. Best in the GMC currently. That's proven over and over by the most attempted rushes on this defense.
Another handoff to Andre Bailey, and he will break outside. There's a flag on the play, but as the play stands, he is moved up all the way to the 25-yard line. Let's see what this flag is
coming back. This is looking like a hold. Yep.
Yes.
Holding being a spot foul on run plays.
A hold on the offense. That will back him up 10 yards, going from a 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 16.
Yeah. This is going to be devastating. Like I said, Hamilton being a running offense means you cannot let penalties happen. You have to be disciplined. You have to not let these penalties get you behind the sticks. When you're behind the sticks, down, 2nd down behind the sticks, you'd think every team has to pass there no matter what. Well, guess what? That's not a good idea when you're going against leading the GMC interceptions. No passing touchdowns allowed this year for Lakota East. The best pass defense in the GMC. First in almost every stat, second in some. Very scary.
Jaden McClellan calls for a motion. There's the snap. He will drop back to pass.
As you see those
He just keeps falling back, and he will just have to throw it away. And, oh.
Hit a ref.
Number 52 on Lakota East, Gabe Abdelnour, accidentally hit one of the refs. He is fine and back up. But now a third and 16 for Hamilton. What are we going to need to see out of this Hamilton offense?
I think you're going to see that is a very, very crucial play. Maybe a bigger play than the 10-yard loss. That forced incompletion, forcing him to dirt it there. Listen, Lakota East converted this early in the game. Hamilton, I mean, I don't have the exact stats. On third downs this game, converting, not very likely.
And a timeout called by the ref. It is a Lakota East timeout. They must have not liked what they saw on the defensive lineup against this team.
You do have to be a little worried. On third down, the worst thing is a demoralizing run. A run for a first down, third and long. You cannot let that happen. If you let that happen, your team, that can start the spiral into losses. You are up 10 if you're Lakota East. You cannot let this team run on you. If you get run on, you're going to get run and run and run. You're going to get score after score, field goal, touchdown, touchdown, field goal. And then you feel like you can't come back. It is very, very difficult to overcome. 300 yards rushing against this defense last week, Mason. Almost impossible to win that game. Even though it was close, the final really did look a little bit closer than it may have felt for these players, feeling like, man, we can't stop the run. We know they're running, and we're trying to stop it. 300 yards rushed on them. But you know what? 1 interception, 0 touchdowns, 5 for 13. That is why Lakota East was so close. They need to force passes. They need to force errant throws into coverage. They need to force tipped interceptions. I think we're going to see more of that in the second half.
And now Jaden McLean, he fakes the pass to Andre McLean. He tosses it up, almost intercepted by Ryder Hooks on that play. And it'll be 4th and 16 in Hamilton territory. Here comes the punt team.
You are going to see a lot more of that. D-line forcing pressure. Forces a throw, not a great throw. Didn't even get, I don't think the receiver touched the ball there. Ryder Hooks got both hands on it. Still pretty difficult interception to reel in there. But honestly, you're not too worried about it. Still 4th down. They're still bringing out the punt team. You'd have to imagine they're not calling another fake punt here like they did earlier in the game.
And we see that GMC leading pass defense once again make another big stop. And it really makes you ask the question, what is this offense going to want to do in order to adapt, try to overcome the difficulties that this defense is giving? Braxton Thurman calls for it to bounce, and it's just going to keep on rolling.
Hamilton downs it. Lakota East 13. Listen, Lakota East, maybe you didn't want to let that one bounce, but you cannot risk a turnover up 10 with the ball. Even a punt here, you'd have to imagine getting a first down and having to punt at midfield. Honestly, Lakota East feels good about that. Lakota East, they're thinking, we're up 10, we got to punt. We're almost halfway through the second quarter, maybe, when we get to that point. There's really no worry until it becomes a one-score game. And Lakota East has been trying, and they really did it at the start of the second half, making it a second.
Now Knutson hands it off to Ryder Hooks,
Ryder.
And he will break outside again, and he is off and running. He is at the 50 and is brought down at the Hamilton 47-yard line. What a run.
Ryder Hooks absolutely gashing this offense here in the second half. Didn't see too much from him in the first half. A lot of good, downhill runs. Sort of Ryder Hooks special, just getting yards that you don't get with any other running back. And now we're seeing The defense is tired. They're not going to be able to stop Ryder. Getting more yards than any running back normally gets in that spot. Number 1 rusher showing it here. Lakota East offense, 1st and 10.
And 2 plays so far for the Lakota East offense, both to Ryder Hooks. They'll turn to Knutson now, and he'll dump it off to Chris Boyer. It's a fake, and P.J. McFarland will get the first down and more before being pushed out of bounds.
A lateral on the play. That is one of the most insane plays we've seen all night. A lateral. One of the most risky things you can do on the football field. That's a fumble if P.J. doesn't catch it. But Carter sees he's not getting too many yards, pitches it back, and it is a first down.
And a jet sweep for Carter Jones. He's able to get about 6 yards on that play. And I just wanted to go back on that one. P.J. McFarland, I mean, he's a strong guy. Definitely a big player.
You got to credit Carter Jones, though. Smart football IQ play, pitch it back. It is risky, but he knows, he says, I have a teammate, I know, I trust with the ball. P.J. will catch it, P.J. will take it for more yards, and that's just what happens. Looking to line up here, 2nd and 5.
And earlier this season, we have seen P.J. lined up for blocking most of the time. I'm happy to see our tight end getting some passes. Knutson steps up in the pocket. Deep pass downfield. Almost intercepted, but is incomplete and knocked out of bounds, making it a 3rd and 5. That was number 14, Davion Kroom for Hamilton with the incompletion.
Contested catch there. Contested catch. Lucky it's not picked, but you do have to feel, listen, it's 3rd and 5 now. 2nd and 5, you're not really worried about losing the down there.
And referees stop it. Hamilton will call a timeout on this play.
You're going to see that again here. Hamilton calling another timeout early. Lakota East also has, but, you know, obviously Lakota East, they're not worried. They feel like, man, we're in the driver's seat. We can call timeouts. We have timeouts to spare. We don't need to stop the clock late in the game. We're up. We want to run the clock down. And Hamilton using their timeout. This could be devastating. I mean, listen, if it's at the end of the half, Hamilton is down 3 like they were at the end of last half, and they have no timeouts because they called them early. That will be a very big slight on this offense. How are you going to run your offense? Timeouts are some of the most important things when you are low on time. 2-minute drill. You know, you got to be able to throw over the middle of the field. You can't even throw over the middle of the field when you're worried about the clock running down. Listen, with 2 minutes left and no timeouts, that is a big difference. That is a big difference than full timeouts. 3 timeouts on the clock, able to stop the clock when necessary.
Knutson lined up. The referee is standing in the middle of the huddle. All right, and now he blows the whistle. We are ready for football here.
Carter in motion.
Carter Jones runs across, and it's a handoff to Ryder Hooks. And there's a big flag on the play. Hooks does get the first down. Let's see what this flag is about.
Misdirection on the play early with Carter in motion.
Let's see. It looks like it is going to be on Lakota East as they are backing up.
You're going to call holding.
Holding. Oh. And that completely changes the face of this play. It was 3rd and 5.
Listen,
now 3rd and 15.
You're going to look at this. You're going to say, that's not good. That does not really feel like a big deal to the Lakota East offense. They do feel like a high-flying, high-yardage team. They feel like they can convert this. Maybe even thinking, hey, this is 4th down territory. Just get 8 here, and we're feeling really good about 4th down.
Niall Knutson receives the snap. Oh, a big push from a defensive lineman, but he's still able to make the pass
What a play.
to P.J. McFarland for the first down.
Niall in the pocket, pulls up, knows there's pressure, pulls up, knows he can't make it out. He throws it, very little time. He zips it with his arm. That's all arm, no time to set his feet, throw that ball. Rips it to P.J. He knows I've got a great tight end, and P.J. is a great tight end, and he gets the first down.
Knutson hands it off to Ryder Hooks. He'll run up the side. He is still in bounds, and it looks like he will be pushed out after getting the first down.
1st and goal from the 9 is what it's looking like.
Let's see what's going on here.
Looks like there could be a penalty seen by a ref.
I did not see a flag, but let's see. Yes, there was holding on that play. I did miss the flag on that, but it will now make it 1st and 20 instead.
2 holding penalties really hurting the offense here. But honestly, Lakota East feeling like we can do whatever we want. We'll get penalties. We'll lose 10 yards, and guess what? We're still converting. That might be more demoralizing for Hamilton than just winning. We're winning, and frankly, we're disciplined, but we're holding, right? We're making mistakes, and guess what? We're still
Knutson, and that is intercepted. Yes, that is intercepted by DJ Bryant of the Hamilton defense, and they will now have possession of the ball. Niall Knutson with his 2nd interception of the game.
You're going to see this is uncharacteristic. This is the first game where you feel like a couple really, really errant throws and mistakes. You really feel like that might be a mistake you want to try and get rid of in your game. But Niall still probably feeling like he can deal with some issues, deal with some of these small mistakes, and really come back.
This defense, however, now in a great position to make a stop. And Andre Bryant runs right up the middle, gets about 7 yards on that play. And it'll be 2nd and 2, the official ruling on that one. And that was just another great play by Andre Bryant.
8 yards. Andre Bailey, 8 yards. You got to feel like Hamilton might be a little rejuvenated. They might feel like, listen, we got a turnover. We're only down 10. It's still only the 3rd quarter. We have plenty of time.
Absolutely. And I apologize, it is Andre Bailey. I am mixing him up with number 4, Jordan Bryant, their wide receiver. However, we are about to keep on rolling. Jaden McLean drops back, and he will fake the handoff, and it is launched up to number 13, Elijah Jones. It is incomplete, however, and that is a huge stop there. That could have been serious yardage for this Lakota East defense.
They don't let up big passes. I think that would have been I think that would have been the most yardage on a passing play led up by Lakota East.
And Simeon Ray, a absolutely great stop there, put great coverage on number 13, Elijah Jones.
Number 13 looked like he was looking for a penalty there, but didn't get one. 3rd down, short yardage. We'll see what Hamilton does.
Motion made. Here's the snap. It's handed off once again to Andre Bailey. That should be enough for the 1st down, and it is.
Hamilton backed up because of the interception. Listen, turnovers are always good. But, I mean, the placement of that doesn't it certainly doesn't help. No return on the interception. They're finally getting to the point where you'd be at sort of maybe after a kickoff. They're at their own 17 there right now. This is going to be a long drive if they can take it all the way.
And it is handed off to Andre Bailey again. This time he meets a wall, and it seems about 5 different guys took him down there. 2nd and 5 now, or 2nd and 5 for this defense.
Yeah, I think the Hamilton offense is really they've been passing a little bit more, but I think they're sort of realizing we have to run. There's no way we win this game without figuring out a way to pound it on the ground, run the dang football.
And that's a pass broken up. Wow, that was almost completed by Elijah Jones. Just slipped out of his hands. And then Cole Miranda slides in there. Make sure there is no chance he catches that ball. Brings up a huge 3rd down now.
Cole Miranda, 2nd? No, tied for 1st in interceptions. My memory serves me correctly. The best DB in the GMC in most regards. A lot of pass deflections, a lot of broken up passes. Listen, you might think tackles are bad at DB because you don't want them to catch the ball. Listen, he does everything.
Andre Bailey on the run. He will be stopped well short of the first down marker, and that'll be about 4th and 3 for this Hamilton offense, and they are bringing out the punt team yet again.
You might think you might be seeing, well, they've punted once, faked once out of this formation. One blocker there about halfway back. The last punt had a little bit of a bobbled snap. You've got to hope, if you're Hamilton, we're going to get
punted
snap.
Up. And Braxton Thurman is just letting it go. He's chasing after it to make sure that nobody tries to pick it up any farther back than it needs to be. And it will be downed at around the Lakota East 34-yard line. And I would say kind of a confusing play here from Braxton. I think he was thinking it was going to die on the bounce.
Yeah.
However, it certainly didn't, and then he had to chase it around a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to be Lakota East 25. Far back there. But listen, Hamilton not feeling good about that. Not feeling good about giving the ball up.
He hands it off to Ryder Hooks, who will get close to the first down, or he will get it. No, he will get a 2nd and short here for the offense. Lakota East trying to pick up right where they left off.
Very simple concept. A lot of people understand it. 2nd and short, you got to feel running and passing team, feel good about having a couple plays to run, and if you don't convert, you don't have many yards to get on the ground.
Another handoff to Ryder Hooks. He cuts up the middle and will get the first down, and a couple more tripped up by his own guy. But no worries here as the offense right back to work.
Ryder Hooks turning it on in the second half. In the first half, I don't think he eclipsed 100 yards, but I would be very certain he'll be doing that here in this half. I think the offense is going to be a little bit more conservative. After that interception, they're feeling like if we just run the ball, take the clock down, we're going to win this game.
Knutson hands it off to Hooks again. He will get about 7 yards on that play. 2nd and 3 now for the Hawks.
Going to be marked 2nd and 5. Ryder, he never looks down, apparently. So easy for Ryder to get extra yards you don't expect. It honestly is astounding, just the amount of times where it looks like he's down, he has to be, but he's not. A lot of players on that team. PJ, another one of those players.
Knutson back into the pocket, passes it deep. That might be overshot. It was almost intercepted by Davion Kroom, who intercepted him on the last drive.
You see him kneeling down. He knows he could have got that. He wants that back. He knows, man, it's in my hands. All I have to do is reel that in.
And he almost had his 2nd interception on the game, Niall Knutson's 3rd. But luckily, that overshoot does not come back to haunt them. PJ McFarland, the intended receiver.
Yeah, you've got to feel after that one like, okay, we've been good at passing. We've been really getting the ball downfield every time, as we're seeing an empty call here.
Knutson drops back. A quick pass to Carter Jones, who cuts back up and will get, it seems,
short,
close to the first down. No, they will spot him with a first down. Carter Jones keeping this drive alive for the Hawks.
So that's a good play. What have we seen from this Lakota East offense this entire game? Screens. You see the line come over there. Carter out on an island, gets the pass, comes back, uses his blockers, knows where he's going, has that football IQ, has the knowledge, breaks a tackle, and we see a first down. Carter Jones making plays.
Hands it off to number 22. That is Braden August. And he will get about 6 yards or so before being pushed out of bounds.
Maybe a little overshadowed by Riders. Outstanding performances here. Not a bad running back. A solid running back. You're going to see him take it for yards, especially because you can't think, well, Ryder, we're not worried about Ryder. You got to be worried about Ryder. He's the #1 rusher in the GMC. That leaves that, sort of back you have in there on downs where Ryder's taking a break.
And
a pick by a D lineman.
And Niall Knutson, that pocket was just collapsing. Number 33, Mason Holbrook, will take it back for a Hamilton
spotted
touchdown.
as a touchdown. Wow.
Wow. And
that is an insane play from number 33, Mason Holbrook.
Knutson, his pocket was just collapsing. He was just trying to get it out. He saw
there's a flag
Carter
on the
Jones.
Play. Flag after the play.
That might push back the kick. But yeah, he tried to get it to Carter Jones. He just completely missed that.
O-line immediately collapsed. There was I will say, third interception for Niall. That is I think you'd say that's not entirely on him, but I think you can't keep doing that.
Yeah, I gotta respect. Yeah, I gotta respect. He tried to keep that play in motion, but sometimes you just gotta hold on to it, take the sack.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments where he absolutely should have just let it happen.
I will say, looking at that play again, I do think you gotta feel, man, trying to just not take a sack. A lot of respect for the D lineman. I think you place more blame on the D lineman there. D lineman gets his hands up, deflects it, and then catches it off his own tip. It's not seen often. That is a great play by the D lineman. And honestly, he really coming in here, O-line collapses definitely because of him. He's a D lineman. We see him help, and then he gets his own pick. That can really tell you how important he might be for this defense.
So that penalty was on Hamilton. It is backing up that kick. I believe they said unsportsmanlike conduct. It's
got to be unsportsmanlike, or might have been unnecessary celebration, something along those lines. Either way, Hamilton feels like their kicker is going to be fine anyway. Not really worried about it.
A long kick now for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. It is now only a 3-point lead for the Hawks.
One-score game. Lakota East with the ball nearing the end of the third quarter. You want a lead. You want to be in the driver's seat to start the fourth quarter. This game, listen, Lakota East, you got to feel good about it. But Hamilton's feeling good. The worst thing is to know that your adversary, they're feeling real good right now. They're hoping. They're like, we're turning it around. We're stopping you. 2 picks in the third quarter. This is very uncharacteristic. This is a very good passing offense. Leads the league, the GMC, in completion percentage, leads it in yards, and really this is sort of put Lakota East in a weird position where they feel like we're supposed to pass. We're supposed to be pass, run, doesn't matter. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it well. Right now it feels like we have to run, which really limits your options, really feels like Hamilton has a chance to get back in this game.
Braxton Thurman and Carter Jones lined up about 5 yards from the end zone for this kick return. That kick is up, but it's going to be a long kick. Carter Jones with the return. And he's able to push his way upfield. He's got some blockers ahead of him, but he is still able to get very close to midfield.
Braxton Thurman?
That was Carter Jones. It may have been Braxton Thurman. I just
Number three.
All right, yes, Braxton Thurman. I just knew Carter Jones was lined up on the left-hand side, or on the right side, yes.
Yes, left hand for us.
But yes.
The confusion. Number 3, number 5, both great players, both one-digit numbers. A little difficult, but we'll we'll always make sure. I mean, here's the thing. The difficulty is that, yeah, Hamilton, to them, it doesn't matter. They're both great returners. You have to cover them both. Huge issue for them.
And that will be dumped off to Ryder Hooks. He's able to get upfield, and he is able to get to the first down.
Listen, Ryder Hooks is the best running back in the GMC for a reason. You see it there.
And it looks like he was brought
broke a tackle
DJ Bryant
while falling down. One of the best plays I think we've seen in the game. Of course, a lot of great plays defensively and offensively in this game. I think we're going to see, though, that overall when we look at this, when we look at the box score, when we look at it and we say what really happened, we're going to say one team ran really good and the other team passed and ran really well. And right now, Hamilton is trying to say, no, you're not going to pass.
Another handoff to Ryder Hooks here. He'll break out to the outside. We'll get about 5 yards on that run before being pushed out of bounds.
Lakota East running the ball. Listen, they're saying, listen, too many picks. Maybe it's not Niles' fault. We don't want to, throw blame, whatever. What we do know for sure, running the ball is going to work. Running the ball has worked, it will work, and it's working right now for Lakota East. Second in about 4, but we're looking at short yard to gain, probably a run here.
And Knutson dumps it off to Carter Jones, but he is just laid out. And he
looks like Carter
he slipped. Yes.
Yeah, Carter slipped on that.
That'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah, loss of 2 on the short yardage screen. That is one of the issues with screens. When you throw a screen, there's, a couple yards where it's basically a run. The positives, though, that they look for with this Lakota East offense, getting our playmakers the ball, getting them with blockers, giving them a one-on-one. And listen, when Lakota East playmakers gets a one-on-one, they score touchdowns without a doubt.
Knutson, fake run, snap, and it's thrown to Jaden Say. We'll see where they spot this.
It looks like it's going to spot it as a 4th and inches.
4th and very, very short. I would not be surprised to see this offense stay out there.
This offense looking like they're going to stay out there. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Hamilton timeout. Looks like we're going to have yep.
And Niall Knutson just able to push forward for a decent gain.
3 yards.
Well enough.
They were getting 3 yards.
Down.
Lakota East offense, they said, we're getting 3 yards here. No one can do anything about it. That's what they lined up there. They had everyone at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they will line up. Whether they will make another play is questionable at this time.
19 seconds on the clock, counting down.
May just be trying to get them to jump. Maybe get better field position.
Maybe make them use a timeout. Maybe trying to get a good play in. Catch them off guard.
See, 4 seconds left now on the clock.
See if we're going to call a play.
And they will just let the time run out. At the 3rd quarter, the Hawks only a 3-point lead, 24-21. We will be right back after this. Lined up, Knutson, quick pass over to Carter Jones. He's cutting upfield, and he will have a Lakota East touchdown.
Carter, absolutely, without a doubt. Listen, when Hamilton saw the fake, when they see that and they take away the defenders, it's a 3-on-3, 2 blockers. They pick up their blocks. You don't want to, it's very often where blockers don't get credit. Getting those blocks is important because Carter Jones easily able to outrun them after some blocks are picked up. Carter Jones, playmaker in space.
And we see those quick passes, those slant routes work out yet again for East as it has all season. Fitzstevens, kick is up and good
As
for
always.
the extra point.
Yes.
He is perfect today. Only missed 1 kick in total this entire season so far.
You gotta feel Hamilton down 10, fourth quarter. Now, early fourth quarter, basically they don't really feel as much pressure. That clock starts ticking down. Lakota East runs the ball. Hamilton's definitely running the ball. That's the only way their offense has worked most of this game. If Lakota East and Hamilton both run the ball for the rest of their drives, Hamilton has absolutely no chance if they keep calling timeouts when out, out on the field, not necessary, not really saving them time. What is certain is that they cannot punt the ball. They cannot turn over the ball because otherwise Lakota East simply will take a 3-and-out. At this point, 3-and-outs without losing the ball, punt, run the ball, get a couple yards, punt, give your defense a chance, give them good field position. There's absolutely nothing to feel bad about in that situation.
Once again, Tyler Gruber out for the kick. He has made every kickoff except for one, which was the opening kickoff, which was done by Fitzstevens. And here we go. The kick is up. It is a short kick, and it is
recovered.
It is going to be
by Hamilton.
Yes.
Bounce back, though. Lakota East knowing it's gone 10 yards. We can recover this. Almost catches it. Bounces, keeps it in bounds. That's the most important part. Guess what? Hamilton has it at their own 30. Not bad. And especially because watching that, Hamilton knows. They felt, for a second, we might lose this game, right?
Very close.
They're good now. They're good now. They feel, listen, a little scary. Let's get back in this game. Let's run the ball. Let's get a couple first downs. Lakota East thinks we just need to stop their run game. We can stop any pass game in the GMC. Number 1 in most statistics. Number 2 in everything else. If Lakota East can stop their run, Lakota East will win the game handily.
Looks like a bit of confusion from the referees. They are communicating something as we await this play.
Might be looking
Looks like a
at
Hamilton head coach or a Hamilton coach might be discussing something with one of the referees. Not entirely sure what is going on here. He may be asking about a spotting.
Ruling,
or about a ruling.
spotting.
Yes. So they are getting moved up. How much is unknown. And there's a flag on the play now.
Flag thrown. Might have been a Hamilton player.
So
correct. The kicking team touched the ball after it went 10 yards, but not before it hit the ground. That is a good spot by the Hamilton head coach. Knowing the rules is a very important skill set, can really help you win games. The refs don't see something and you see something, that is a good sign that you know the rules. But Lakota East feeling like this is a little worrying now. They're at their 45. A first down and they're at our territory, and it's starting to look like they could come back.
Jaden McLean hands it off to Andre Bailey, who will run for a couple yards, and it'll be a second and around 5 for Hamilton.
Hamilton probably feeling the heat right now. Hamilton thinks, and I think everyone in the audience right now, coaches, players, everybody, they're thinking, listen, a 3-and-out for Hamilton is almost icing the game with the way these offenses have been running.
And Andre Bailey able to get that first down after taking an early hit, sheds it off, able to gain an additional 6 yards on that
First
play.
down, very crucial.
And now we're seeing they're just turning to what's been working the most,
No huddle.
Andre Bailey.
No huddle. Very, very important. They are trying to not take time off the clock, trying to run their offense without taking time off the clock, get yards, get touchdowns, get the ball back, take the lead. Hamilton really, really believing in themselves to take the lead again in this game.
A little motion. Another handoff to Andre Bailey. He will get about 8 yards on that play, and it'll be second and short now for Hamilton. And Lakota East defense, they need to adapt and quick.
Andre Bailey jumping there. Didn't look like he was jumping over a player. Probably high-stepping one of those tackles. Like I said, 2 best running backs in the GMC. And listen, if you love tough nose, run it up the gut football, this was a game, because I think this game will tell you what has been going on for both of these teams.
And there is a stoppage.
There's a stoppage.
Looks like an equipment issue with Braxton Thurman. He will have to go get that checked out. In exchange, they are bringing out Ryder Hooks.
Something coming undone with his equipment. Worried. Clock running again. Hamilton with the ball, setting up to snap.
And McLean drops back. The left-handed pass is going to be ruled a touchdown. Wow. That was Ryder Hooks trying to defend against Elijah Jones. And what a great tuck and step by Elijah Jones to get that in. I thought that was that he had landed out of bounds for a second.
I will be honest. I think that looked in. I think he got the feet down. The only question would have been whether or not he had control of the ball, kept it from moving around on his way down. This is worrying for Lakota East. This is worrying if you're Lakota East.
That was, yes.
Got to hope that you can score on a drive here, keep it a 2-score game.
That was a great pass there by Jaden McLean. Oh, and a block kick. Incredible. Connor Stevens was blocked by number 11. That is Xavier Warren, the senior.
Called the play dead. I mean, picked up the ball.
And
what a play.
That now means that if
a field goal will not tie for Hamilton.
Absolutely. That is incredible. Hamilton now has to go for a touchdown to not be down in this game or even tied.
I think the bigger deal that Lakota East is probably thinking themselves this thing, a field goal puts you up a touchdown now. Field goal and you're up 7. A field goal and you feel pretty safe. You know, touchdown and 2-point conversion is possible, but pretty uncommon to see this late. You know, you don't want to lose the game just because you're aggressive. But listen, field goal, not bad. Punt, you might be worrying. A touchdown though for Lakota East, put it up 11. Put it up 2 touchdowns unless you get a 2-point conversion. That is a very big reason they could be winning this game very handily. A single touchdown would put Lakota East up 15 points. Excuse me.
Now running out.
Excuse me, 11 points.
Running out to the backfield about 5 yards from the end zone. Now they are now moving back. We have Carter Jones, Braxton Thurman yet again in the backfield, ready to return this kick. It is up for Connor Stevens. This time it'll be Braxton Thurman with the return. He's able to cut past some defenders, and he is down just past the Lakota East 30-yard line.
Lakota East, own 33 about. You got to feel like there is very real thought with Lakota East. They're thinking, we want to win the game. We're going to win it. We're going to go score a touchdown, and that'll be that. They're probably thinking, we just need to score a touchdown, and we trust our defense to basically end the game after that.
Knudsen steps back on a slant to Carter Jones, but just blown up right away. Jones a little slow to get up.
A little bit of a bubble. A little bit of a bubble pass. Is that 2nd and 17 about?
18. They're ruling at 2nd
Ruled
and 18. And Carter Jones luckily was able to get up after that
Carter
play.
Jones.
But he does look a little
walked
shaken.
Off the field. Gonna bring in a replacement for him likely.
Little
worried.
Yes, he is coming off the field.
One of their best playmakers, Carter Jones, not on the field. Very similar. Jordan Bryant injured early in this game.
And that does bring out Payson Cruz now, wide receiver number 4. He will get the reception, and he will cut upfield, and he will make it 3rd and much more manageable for the Hawks.
Looking like about 3rd and 5. After 2nd and 18, we said. 3rd and, they're spotting that at 3rd and 3. Listen, this is very scary for Hamilton. Taking a lot of time off the clock, and if they get a first down here, you're very worried.
Hooks, the lone man in the backfield. Knudsen drops back to pass, and he has got number 18, Chris Boyer, for a first down reception.
Yep. Going to be spotted a first down. Little worried when he went backwards, but
it seems it was ruled that he was pushed backwards, not stepped backwards.
Yes.
And that is a great play. And luckily, Carter Jones back out there, and they pull number 19, Chris Stowe, from the field. Very happy to see that Carter Jones is okay.
All right, three receivers on the right side of the field. Of course, Ryder Hooks in the backfield. Motion.
And Ryder Hooks on the run. Gonna get about 3 or 4 on that play.
That is a very demoralizing play. Very demoralizing. Tough running. Pulled blockers. Ryder Hooks pushed us forward for 3 yards for this Lakota East offense. Listen, 3 yards every play is a first down. 3 yards every play is what Ryder Hooks is almost guaranteed here. And Lakota East leading by 4.
And we are seeing Lakota East taking their time, letting that play clock run down. More than likely, they are trying to take as much time off of this clock as possible. That is probably their first priority, scoring their second. Ryder Hooks able to gut that defensive line. Gonna move up about 5 yards. Gonna be 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Hamilton. Listen, they're going to win this game right here, or they're going to lose this game right here. I think you'll see some players probably giving up, honestly, because knowing, as you see Ryder.
Hooks again. That might be enough for the first down. It is. And Ryder Hooks, lone stand there on those downs,
Hamilton
able to get the first down.
Hamilton D-line, all of them look exhausted. They look fed up. They look like they have no answer for Ryder Hooks. Absolutely impossible for them to be feeling like they have a chance right now.
Knudsen drops back, able to pass it off to P.J. McFarland, the Indiana commit, and he is able to get a first down, it does seem. It is a first down. What a play there from Lakota East. P.J. McFarland once again pushing his way for an extra 3 to 4 yards. And I feel like that size advantage absolutely crucial in this game.
Absolutely.
And that was that a run? Yeah.
Yes.
I look away for 1 second. Ryder Hooks.
That is
a run.
Very difficult. I mean, think about how the Hamilton defense has been feeling.
And that run was Braden August. Ryder Hooks is on the sideline. He is now back in the game. It was a 4-yard gain, making it 2nd and 6 for the Thunderhawks. Knudsen tosses it over Chris Boyer, but they saw right through that. He's backed up about 2 yards.
Yeah,
for a
Hamilton.
3rd and 8.
Listen, Hamilton is done with the screens. Hamilton's not going to let them run screens anymore. Hamilton is like, absolutely not. We're not doing this. These screens will ruin the Hamilton defense. There's zero chance that Hamilton can let these screens continue to be successful for the Lakota East offense.
3rd and 8. Knutson turns to the sideline. Looks like they're changing up the play call.
Looking for a good read here.
John Kitna, little angry on that sideline. Pocket collapses, and Nile just spikes it into the ground.
Nile dirted that, maybe learning from mistakes earlier, trying to force ball
If he was
downfield.
a couple feet more, that could have been ruled intentional grounding. It looks like they do rule it as he is still in the
Receiver
pocket.
in the area, I guess, yeah. Maybe receiver in the area, or maybe he's out of the pocket. I don't know, but certainly, though, it was close. That very, very close to being intentional grounding.
And for the first time today,
Yes,
Tyler Gruber out there to punt.
you do feel good about your team when the first time your punt team's coming out in the 4th quarter, up 4. Little dangerous, but with 4 minutes left and 2 timeouts, you're not too worried, especially with a high-flying passing offense.
It does seem like they are going to need a bit of a miracle here. It bounces and is downed by Chris Boyer, down around the Hamilton 10-yard line, just a little past it.
Listen, Hamilton has one option to win this game, and they know it. And I think anyone out here who doesn't know it probably hasn't really watched the game. Listen, Hamilton is going to try and run the clock, take it down, tick, 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 tick. Take it down, run the ball. They have a lot of yards to do so, and when they get down, they want to score with very little time left, give Lakota East no chance to respond.
This is a dangerous situation, and we need a big stand here from this Lakota East defense. The snap, it is a run from Andre Bailey. He will get close to the first down.
Looks like 8 yards.
That's correct. 2nd and 2 now. And yeah, they're wasting no time here trying to get downfield. McLean with the snap. Another handoff to Andre Bailey. Let's see where they spot that. It is a first down for the Big Blue.
Looks like the Hamilton offense may be a little worried. Hey, listen, we want to get it, and we're going to try and get it. But if we don't get it, we don't want to have no time. So I do think that is a very good idea. I think it's a good secondary option here to try and keep a little bit of time for themselves.
I want to take you back to 2 weeks ago. This defense made many incredible stands against the Highlanders. Let's see what they can do here. A broken up pass by Braxton Thurman, the intended receiver being Elijah Jones.
Never a doubt that was going to be broken up. I mean, Braxton Thurman breaks up passes. And one of the most important things, though, there is absolutely that's not a deflection. That's a forced incompletion. These DBs can force incompletions.
And another run with Andre Bailey. He's trying to cut his way up, and he will be brought down for a huge 3rd down that could define this game.
3rd and about 8.5, maybe, around 8 or 9 yards, somewhere around there. Listen, the reason that didn't look as good is because it wasn't as good. Andre Bailey needs to run downfield. Trying to go across the field, that is not what he should be doing.
This home crowd getting loud.
Very loud over here.
The student section doing their iconic money down for every 3rd and 4th down, making a lot of noise, trying to disrupt this play. And it's a fake run. And Elijah Jones tries to one-hand the pass, cannot, and it is going to be 4th and 8. Let's see what they decide to do here.
Yep. Cole Miranda, really good. Braxton Thurman, really good. All of these DBs, all of these guys forcing incompletions, getting interceptions, all of these things, these are why Hamilton, I don't think they really stuck to that game plan. that I think they really probably should have trying to run
And
on this team.
They
see the
lined
team.
up the offense at first, but without taking a timeout, they are switching to the punt team. Still 20 seconds on the game clock.
Game clock sitting where it is, incomplete pass, maybe helping them with their clock struggles.
And there's a timeout called by Hamilton. They have 1 remaining. And let's take a look at that. That was kind of confusing. I'm going to be honest with you. They had the offense lined up for the first 15 seconds.
You know what?
Then run out the punt team.
I think they didn't like the look. I think they saw a look. They didn't like it. And otherwise, because if there was any other reason and you just wasted a timeout, that's not good. Because, listen, that didn't stop the clock. The clock wasn't running. That was an incomplete pass on the play before. That is another timeout that saves you no time. We could be looking later in this game where Hamilton has no timeouts and they have the ball and they need to go score. And guess what? They can't because they can't throw in the middle of the field or the game will be over. Hamilton, maybe not the best with timeout management right now. Feeling like, hey, we got timeouts. We're going to use them. Maybe not the best idea when you are down 4 in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes, about 50 seconds to play, 49 seconds to play.
I wonder.
Clock going to start ticking down if they run the ball. They have to convert with this offense coming out on the field.
Yes, here comes the offense. They do change their minds a second time. This offense is now out.
This is
another
right here.
Another very loud home crowd here. Jaden McLean lined up in the backfield. Andre Bailey by his side. He does the motion. He steps back. Pressure coming. He's looking downfield. Incomplete.
Never a chance.
The intended receiver was just completely far away from that ball, and Lakota East now has possession with 2:44.
Now Hamilton will have a chance if they can stop the Lakota East offense. They have a timeout, and there's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, there is no 2-minute warning here in high school football. The clock will keep rolling as long as no timeouts are called.
Exactly.
Which means that this clock, they will not get any other timeouts. They have just the one.
And you know what the worst part about passing against Lakota East defense is? You can't stop the clock with it.
And it's handed off to Ryder Hooks. He will get 2 or 3 yards, maybe a little more.
They're gonna spot that as almost 4.
Let's see what the official ruling.
Clock ticking.
They're going with a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. And yes, we're watching Lakota East kill as much clock as they can here.
They are really waiting there. They're
just letting that play clock run down. They're going to try to steal that last timeout from Hamilton, too.
We're going to run it.
Certain.
If we don't get it, we're going to kick a field goal. That is Lakota East mindset right now.
The motion. Knutson drops back. Once again, hands it off to Ryder Hooks. He breaks 2 tackles. A third. He is still up. And he will likely have the first down on that play.
Going to be ruled as a first down. And with 1:51 left in a timeout, Hamilton actually does have the necessary requirements to get the ball back, but Lakota East probably going to run the ball, kick a field goal, try and end the game. If you're up 7, Lakota East, Hamilton has no timeouts, very little time on the clock. You're not feeling very good about this at all. As we see a lot of fans leaving the stands on both sides right now, thinking the game's over. There's no chance.
Knutson hands it off to Ryder Hooks, breaks to the outside, and he will get about 4 yards on that play.
Hamilton not feeling good.
Clock is running. Hamilton still has a timeout.
What I will say that I didn't expect, but is truly a possibility, is the first down, which is a guaranteed ice this game. You'll see some kneel downs if that happens.
And yes, there's that timeout call from Hamilton. They know that the Lakota East Thunderhawks are in kneel down position now. Let's see if this is maybe a regrouping play. maybe try to get them prepared for something that may not be expected, like a run. But I personally think this game is all but over. They're going to take some knees.
Yeah.
Get out of here with a win. Move to 3-1.
Lots of fans, both sides leaving the stadium, trying to avoid the traffic likely, but yeah.
Have you seen the traffic getting out of this parking lot?
Yes.
We love y'all.
The traffic
but it
here
does take a minute.
Listen, if it was as difficult to get out of this parking lot, or if it was as difficult to run on this defense as it is to get out of this parking lot, we would it wouldn't even be close. Very difficult, very difficult. But
and here we go.
We are seeing
timeout has concluded.
I think we are seeing what looks to be
this is
a kneel down position.
With 2nd and 4, they should be
do
able to
have
just
enough.
take
Yes.
2 more kneels.
2 kneel downs will
and
ice the game.
First one. He will move
we're
back.
likely going to run down the clock.
Only about 1 or 2 yards.
Now
scoreboard not even updating. There it is.
Only thing Lakota East fans are worried about right now is that yards per carry average for Niall as he's taking these kneel downs. That's about the only thing you could really complain about.
And
this likely win here, unless something crazy were to happen.
And
maybe a coaching failure, but
despite
very
the
unlikely.
Response from this Hamilton defense, the Lakota East offense and defense able to hold on in this game
as you see,
and just escape.
Lakota East lining up at the 50. Whole team right there. Hamilton moving over as well, migrating towards the 50.
And there
Niall,
it is. A second kneel down from the Lakota East Thunderhawks. The final score will be 31-27. Your Lakota East Thunderhawks getting a huge conference win, boosting their record to 3-1.
Overall,
the Hamilton Big Blue moving down to 1-3.
Great win for Lakota East today. And I think you'll see that really it was a hard-fought victory, and I think it really helps this team in the future. And after that Mason game, this helps us.
Wonderful win. 2-1 in conference play. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors here at Lakota East Broadcasting. Thank you, Butler Tech, for the equipment. I'd like to thank my entire crew, Trey, Alex on producing and the clock. Then we have Kaz, Joel, and Ryan running the cameras. I'm Liam Martin with Josh Rexhausen. Thank you for tuning in. You viewers are what makes us come out every single week wanting to present these games for you guys. Thank you. Have a great rest of your night. And as always, go Hawks.
Goodbye and good night. Good victory.